Welcome to the first season of the Ninth Grade Experience podcast. I'm your host, Chris Dutchko. As a teacher of freshmen and one of our freshman mentor committee faculty advisors, I spend a lot of my school day helping students navigate the successful transition from middle school to the halls of Emmaus High School. The goal of this podcast is to give you the story of the ninth grade here at Emmaus High School through the people who live it daily, the students and staff. We will attempt to touch on the real issues and stories that ninth grade students face, ranging from academics to athletics to technical school, and just trying to find your way as one person in a community of approximately 2,700 students. We will also look to speak with some of the influential staff members who play a key part in a student's ninth grade year. It's the hope that future ninth grade students and their families can use the tips and insights provided here to begin making connections to their new school and learn more about the day-to-day lives of the students that they one day will become, and realize from day one that ninth grade counts. You can learn more about this episode and all the episodes of Season 1 on the website, while you can also follow us on Twitter at EHSFMC or at Chris Dutchko, or the hashtag EHS9Counts. But before we jump into today's topic, let's thank our sponsor for this show, the East Penn Education Foundation. This podcast has been made possible through a $1,000 grant awarded to teachers like me each year who are attempting to do unique projects in the area of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. The foundation supports programs that put learning in motion by giving students the tools they need to think actively in a complex and changing world. You can follow them on Facebook at East Penn Education Foundation, on Twitter at EPSD EdFound, or Instagram at EPSD Ed Foundation. Now on to the show. Every Wednesday of the school year presents a unique scheduling opportunity for all students at Emmaus High School. Flex Block. This 37-minute period allows students the chance to complete work, check in with teachers for extra help and make-up assignments, or acquire information about school-wide events through announcements or assemblies. On this episode of the Ninth Grade Experience, we chat with 4 ninth grade students, Josh Castro, Christman-Conrad, Liza Centeno, and Emily Bus, during a Flex Block to get some tips about using that time wisely, clearing up misconceptions about what they thought high school would be like, and those important tips to make your ninth grade year the best that it could be. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us here. We're here to interview another group of ninth grade students. This time we're in the middle of Flex Block. We're here in May. It's Flex Block. We just handed out all of our Keystone passes to let students know where they'd be going for the Algebra Keystones, which are coming up later in the week here. But we have some students that wanted to talk about their ninth grade experience, and they're going to go around the table here and introduce themselves to us. So why don't we start over there with Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh. Most people call me by Castro. It's a catchy last name, I guess. I don't know. Ninth grade, it's kind of a interesting year because you kind of get a chance to earn a new persona. And it's like if you didn't do well in middle school, like I have, didn't really do well in 8th grade. Now this year, 9th grade, I'm doing really well. I'm almost on my way to getting 4th marking period in honor roll.
That's awesome, and I have Josh in class, so I can vouch for his performance this year. He's done a really nice job. I have him in science, so we'll get you some more in there, Josh. We're gonna move to our next person at the table here.
Hi, my name's Emily Bus. I was the type of person, I took middle school very seriously, and I don't know, it was a really big eye-opener because I play field hockey. I'm on the Emmaus field hockey team, and we did all summer long. Like, every single day we were playing field hockey. So it was a really big eye-opener, and I just knew that high school was going to be very important and lead me to college.
Okay, and then we're going to move down the row here.
Okay, what's up? I'm Katie, CC, and I transferred in October to Emmaus, and I kind of hated my old school and didn't enjoy going to school and kind of dreaded it. And now that I'm here, it's just a better experience. There's a lot more kids to like meet It's just a good time.
And we'll talk to Katie a little bit more as we kind of go through here about what is life like for a transfer student coming into Emmaus High School. And we have one more person here that wanted to talk to us today.
Hi, I'm Liza Centeno, and Emmaus high school isn't that different from middle school, but they do give you a lot more freedom and a lot more, like, they're way more lenient with you, and they treat you like young adults, other than middle school, where they kind of treat you a little bit younger and stuff
Okay.
like that.
So we have a different perspective on how they handle things.
Mhm.
So interesting introductions from everybody here. So usually the first question that we've asked on a lot of these episodes is describe your ninth grade experience. So everyone kind of talked a little bit about what their ninth grade year was like, but does anyone have a good ninth grade experience story that they'd like to share?
Okay. Well, I came from a school with like 300 kids in it. Like not even 300 kids. So coming here was such like a step up. Like it's 3 stories. Like it's just crazy it was like a weird transition at first, but then I learned the hallways and like I learned all these kids' names, and I just think that in order to enjoy high school, you really have to put yourself out there and like meet people, join groups, just like have a good time. Your high school experience is gonna be what you make of it.
And Katie, how long did it take you to get comfortable here at Emmaus High School? Everyone else at the table here had that first week of like getting lost, and everyone else was lost, so they all had that together, but you kind of jumped right in. So how long did it take you to get comfortable to being here?
So when I transferred, they gave me a tour guide for like 3 days. And I don't know about you, but 3 days is not enough time to like learn this entire school. So like I would walk around and look for like classroom numbers, and then they would just like switch and go the total like opposite direction, because like there's that addition.
Yep.
And so it took me 2 weeks with a lot of help from my friends, like a lot.
And how about everyone else at the table? How long did it take you all to get adjusted to just being here at the high school and kind of finding your way and not getting lost around the building?
I don't think it took me that long, because I did all the tours in the summer, and I knew a lot of like people from field hockey, so they were always there to help me along the way, and it was just like a few days, not long.
How about you, Josh? When did you start feeling comfortable here at the high school, just kind of in your day-to-day?
I started feeling comfortable well over 3 weeks past the school, because my classes, like my first class is an English class, then the second is a Spanish, so I kind of have to go all the way across the school. And then for the first semester, I had a study hall in the same English hallway, so I had to go all the way across the school just to get to that classroom.
Okay.
Hard.
And Liza, how about you? How long did it take you to get kind of used to being here?
It took me it didn't take me a while to like adjust to high school, but it took me a while to adjust to the school in general, because this school's really big. So it took me like probably like a month or maybe more to even find where my classes were, because I would get lost like every day.
Okay, so I want you guys it's May, as we kind of said earlier. I want you to think back to last May. Okay, so you were not in our district, or Katie was not in our district. The other 3 of you were at the middle school. What did you think high school was going to be like, and what has it turned out to be?
Oh, wow. I thought it was gonna like be like the movies, fun and stuff, and then you show up and it's a whirlwind. It's a lot to take in, it's a lot to figure out, and it's just...
And Emily, what middle school did you come from?
I went to Lower McCunchie Middle School.
Okay. And Josh or Liza or Katie, what else? What did you think high school was going to be like, and what did it actually turn out to be?
My parents, they described high school as like really hard homework every day, nonstop. But as soon as I started attending high school, I realized it wasn't all that hard. The classes, or my classes at least, were easy enough to do the work and get good grades in. And then it was kind of like a relief moment for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot. Like, in middle school, I kind of just didn't do anything because the teachers were just like, yeah, you don't do it, like, whatever. But, like, here they put you to this, like, the standard that, like, if you do the work, you're gonna get good grades. So that's really true. So, like, all you gotta do is just apply yourself.
Yeah.
And you'll get good grades.
Put in the time and the effort.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead, Liza.
Well, I thought high school was gonna be like the movies, like Emily said. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like so much different than what I expected. But when I got here, like what Josh said, I thought it was gonna be hard work, like, because everybody said that high school, like, you really have to do your work and you really have to, like, study and all that, which you do have to. But it's not all that hard as people say it was.
Now, you have an older brother that was here at the high school, right? Does anybody else have any siblings were here?
I have 2 older sisters.
And did they go to Emmaus High School?
Yeah.
So for the 2 of you that had older siblings here, did they tell you any sort of stories? Did they try to scare you? Did they tell you that there was a pool on the third floor?
He told me I was going to hate it. Like, he told me I was going to hate high school. He was like, I can't wait to get to high school because you're going to hate it. So I thought I was going to hate it, but I really don't. Like, high school's fun.
And how about you, Josh? Did you get scared? Any stories scare you or make you think twice about high school?
My older sister tried to scare me into not taking Spanish because she said it was way harder than I would expect and I should just take Latin. But I took Spanish regardless, and then it's been ending up pretty well for me.
So they tried to convince you to take Latin, which is a hard language, and that Spanish would be too hard. That sounds like a crazy swap there. Are you taking Spanish again next year too?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So we're sitting here in Flex Block. We have students that are doing some work here, and they volunteered to come back and talk to us. So talk to the people that are listening. Like, what is Flex Block, and how have you been able to use Flex Block positively this year? I know that a lot of you have gotten some work done, whether you're going to the library, whether you are even just taking a little bit of time to, like, in your day, maybe some of you don't have a lot of study halls, just kind of taking some time to relax. So what have you been doing the whole year during Flex Block, since we have this every Wednesday for 37 minutes?
It's just one of those periods where, like, if you need to meet with a teacher, you know they're going to be available because everyone has it, and it's really nice. You can go meet with teachers, you can go to the library, you can just get work done so you don't have to do it after school.
Okay.
Yeah, Flexbox is kind of like a lifesaver in some ways because, like, if you forget to do something, you have now a whole period to, like, finish it. So.
And we've you may not remember all the way back to the beginning of the year, but we've also tried to use it to bring in the freshman mentors, which we're going to hopefully do a little bit more with next year. We've also had some assemblies. We've had some other events that we've kind of had here in Flex Block together. So in replacement of a homeroom a few years ago, they decided to have this Flex Block set up and allow students a chance to get work done in the middle of the day. So overall, what have you used it enough? Do you think maybe next year you're going to have a different approach to Flex Block? Like, what do you think you're going to do with Flex Block kind of going forward?
I think Flex Block is a good thing to have in high school because it's like what it says, like Flex Block. You can flex. I don't know how to explain it, but you could get a lot of your work done in Flex Block. Because if you don't have a lot of study halls, like some people have 4 study halls, some people have no study halls. So if you don't have a lot of study halls, like, you're gonna have a decent amount of work to do after school. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I only had a study hall like 2 days out of the cycle because I had biolab, and it was just, Flex Block was just like a relief, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Anything to add about Flex Block here? I know it's not the most glamorous of times, but it is a good time during the course of the day as an extra study hall. It gives people opportunity to get a lot of things done. So as we kind of wrap up a little bit here, because the bell is going to be ringing in a couple minutes, what was the and this is for everybody, you can chime in, what was the most surprising thing about your ninth grade year? Like, we talked a little bit about getting the adjustment and that it wasn't like the movies, which I think everyone has this idea. I think people think the same thing of college too, where it's just going and, it's just like the movies. But what was like the most surprising thing about your ninth grade year, that in a positive way, that maybe you weren't expecting, but hey, you were like, hey, this is actually kind of cool?
I think that we have a lot of time in between classes, because everybody told me that you were going to be late to a lot of your classes because you have 5 minutes in between each period. But I was surprised. I thought I was going to be rushed to all my classes, and I thought I was going to be lost and
okay. What else were people surprised about, or thought that it maybe wasn't as bad as they had thought coming in?
I kind of enjoy some of the stuff I learned, surprisingly. In Southern Lehigh, I took bio this year before I came here, and they here you don't have to take it 9th grade, so I took GSI, and I enjoyed that so much more than bio. Bio was terrible. I was flunking out of it.
But just so everyone all the listeners know, you're going to have to take bio as a 10th grader, but GSI is our 9th grade class, unless you're in honors biology. And I know Emily here, she is currently in honors biology. She just took the biology keystone over the last 2 days. So why don't you give us the 30 seconds if you're listening and maybe you're, going to go into honors biology. Emily, why don't you give us the honest but not so honest take on honors biology as a freshman?
Not many people got recommended for it, so when I was put into it, it was kind of I was in a class with all sophomores, and I didn't really know anyone. But you have to be willing to put into the work, because it's a lot of vocab, and you just need to memorize it. And, you think, if you pass the year, you're fine. You have to pass the keystone, and it's a lot of work. You've got to be willing to put in the effort.
And Josh, how about you? What was something that maybe happened for you this year that was surprising, that maybe you weren't expecting, on a positive way?
So, in my classes, my teachers were really supportive of me. When I got good grades, they're like, nice job, Castro, you can do it. But in 8th grade, my teachers, mostly my English teacher, never said a word to me.
So you get a lot more personalized feedback here at the high school. Kind of people feel like you're looking out. So I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but we're getting close to the end here, so the backpacks are zipping and people are moving around. So we'll get to our final question here before we end it up. Thanks for Josh, Emily, Katie, and Liza here to kind of give us a little bit of a input on their 9th grade year. So here's the last question. So the people that are listening, can you give them one tip or one thing that as a freshman, when they come in August of next year, what should they be looking to do? How should they handle the year?
Honestly, I think they should take it seriously, because freshman year is a very important year. It's the basis of your GPA. It's a lot harder to get it back up when it's down.
Okay.
Just apply yourself. Really put yourself out there. Don't stay up till 3 a.m. Don't do stupid stuff with your friends. The tensions are easy to get. If you do the work, you're going to get good out of that. So just do it.
Josh, Liza, anything else you want to add?
You should really just pay attention, be academically honest with your teachers. You don't want to go down that dark path that will just lead you into more trouble as you reach adulthood.
Okay, and then Liza, it looks like you have the last word here.
You don't have to be afraid to talk to your teachers or ask for help, because the teachers here are really they're really nice and they're really easy to help you. And like what Katie said, as long as you do your work, you're gonna get good grades. It's not hard. You just have to do your homework and the work that you're assigned, get it done, and your year should be good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking some time out of Flex Block. Hopefully next week you have some more work that you guys can get done. But for now, thanks for joining us.